Hello, it's Dominique here from Swoosh, and I have a special guest with me today, Superintendent J. Dave, who's going to be talking to us a little bit about this year's Halloween and bonfire night. So welcome, Jay, to Swoosh. Do you want to give us a little bit of background, really, about those events in the Vale?
We have to pull out all the stops for both of those days. They're probably 2 of our 5 worry days. We've had fireworks let off by young people, we've had them go through windows and into houses, and just general really bad behaviour.
And it can be quite a scary time, I imagine, for some people.
A lot of people worry about what's it going to be like this Halloween, and we worry about them all year because of things that have gone on in the past. And what I wanted to do was come back and share with you how well they went this year, and thank children and young people for that change in behaviour.
Yeah. So do you want to tell us a little bit about the issues that the police have experienced in the past in the Vale?
Sure. In the past we've had people discounting eggs and flour and selling it to children and young people who've been splatting it on cars and people and on houses. We've had people victimising vulnerable people in society, elderly people, disabled people.
And it can be quite a scary time, I imagine, for some people.
A lot of people worry about what's it going to be like this Halloween, the half term before Halloween, because it's all week really, and then November the 5th as well, especially when it's on a weekend, because they think, I got away with today, but I wonder if they'll come back tomorrow. And the nights are getting darker, and people are generally fearful, and it's a sigh of relief when they get to like the 7th or 8th of November and things have been as good as they have today, this year.
So, in terms of things that have happened previously, what are the measures that the police have to put in place, to deal with these sorts of events that happen on Halloween and bonfire night?
We've had to do it for a number of years now, and we do things like we cancel leave. We ask the people who would have normally had a day off, the police officers, to work an evening shift, which means it interrupts their family life. They're already shift workers. All of our neighbourhood cops get their days off cancelled, and they get, instead of working normal shifts like days and afternoons, they work evenings, so their home life's upset. And we just put as many bobbies as we can on the ground. Partners put on diversionary discos, massive diversionary events, take people out of the local authority area, and people come here to see if that has an effect. We visit shopkeepers and tell them about, we'd rather they didn't discount food and eggs, we'd rather they didn't sell it to children and young people unless they're legitimately shopping. Certainly not bulk purchases of eggs and flour. We enforce no sale of fireworks to underage people, and we do what's called test purchase activity with underage people to see if the shops sell it to them illegally, and then we prosecute those shops. We have talks in schools by the schools liaison officers. I think something around 70,000 children and young people got spoken to in the period leading up to Halloween.
Wow, that's quite a number.
Yeah, telling them across the force area, look, please don't go out and victimise people, and trying to make them understand some of what might be fun to us might not be, in fact isn't, to many people.
Yeah.
And all of that seems to have had an impact, which I'm really pleased about.
Yeah, it's a really, really good thing. So, if we look at crunching some numbers then, I know you're a maths man, so if we look at some of the statistics, how has the Vale done this year?
Okay, like I say, it's done really well. So the figures I've got are that in our division, which is the Vale and Bridgend, on Halloween on 2009, we had 70 incidents. And then this year that went down to 30 incidents, which I think is fantastic.
Wow, it's more than a half cut, isn't it? So
yeah, I mean, that's brilliant.
Really
and I think it wasn't just that day that the demand was lower. We didn't see antisocial behaviour incidents increasing any time during that week. So that was really good. On November the 5th then, in the Vale of Glamorgan we had 12 incidents that night, and only 4 were firework related, which yet again to me is fantastic.
And that's across the whole of the Vale of Glamorgan?
Yeah, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
I think children and young people often get a really bad press. And I wonder what some people, particularly the vulnerable in society, might think when they see a group of people. And generally you get taught, just front it up, walk through and see what happened. And 99.9% of the time, for me, you get nothing other than, oh, hiya mister, or hiya Jay, because they know me or they know my kid. And I'd love to be able to make everyone in society know that's how good our children and young people are.
More often than not, they are actually congregating with friends, as anyone would, but because of, I guess, the nature of you know, the way the media is at the moment, is that when you see a group of young people, you perceive it's a gang that's maybe up to no good as well.
Yeah, and I just think with these figures, with the time I've worked here and I live here, you know, I first got posted here 22 years ago. I know what the Vale of Glamorgan's like, and we haven't got all those negative stereotypes that the media portray. And I just want to thank our children and young people for their really good behaviour.
Okay, so what would you like to say to young people in the Vale of Glamorgan then? Have you got a message you'd like to put
Yeah, I
out
suppose
there?
my message is, you know, I think I'm a bit young, but I'm not as young as you. I've got 2 children, they both go to school here. I know that their mates are not unruly, they're not bad people, they're really nice kids actually, and I dare say you are too. And in that regard, these figures show me, and working here shows me, how good you are and well behaved you are, and how you're a credit to children and young people and your parents and the society we live in. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you for coming along today. So we hope you had a fantastic Halloween and bonfire night, and that it was lots of fun and you made the most of it. So here's to next year and it being another happy, successful Halloween and bonfire night.
Cheers, Dom. Thank you.